Because I would play a gay role. If I was offered a gay role, I would play it. And I would do research, and I'd play it as well as I can. Could I play it as well as a gay guy? There's debate there. Okay, we're rolling, boys and girls. Who cares? 26. Class is in session, baby. A little late night, Thursday night. I was at a patio with an old friend. Got out of hand pretty quickly. Needed to come home, rip the pod. Trying to be cozy here, a little different angle here. Switching up the angles. What can you do? Scorsese behind the camera. But we're going. WC 26. Dropping Friday. I'm going to clip the show to this and have a bunch of clips, and then I gotta spend a day and just get the audio version and really, put some time into that. Been avoiding it. It's summer. What can you do? I've been, like everybody, I've been buying a lot of shit online. I bought a Manscape recently. Not a sponsor of the pod. I haven't got it yet, so I can't tell you if it's made my pecker look way bigger or smaller, maybe a different color, the quality of the product. I can't tell you any of this. What I can tell you is, though, every single ad in my life now is Manscape. Okay? And I get, social media marketing and, you gotta run ads and all this shit. I've already bought the item. I went on, I bought the, Lawnmower 3.0, fucking, Big Dick Energy package, code word, chode, 10% off. I've already done this, right? I've given them my money. It's on the way, allegedly. Every single YouTube every single article I read, everything is a Manscaped ad now. Why is this? You have my money. I've bought it. You've won. Obviously, if I went on your site and I didn't buy it, then be like, oh, let's fucking blast this guy with ads because, we even come back and buy it. You already won. I bought it. I want my dick shaved. You already going to come shave it for me? All these ads, I think that's what I should get. That's the type of service I deserve from Manscaped. But we'll see, man. They also kind of do a little sneaky thing I read in the fine print here where they have my debit card information. Every 3 months, they send you new blades, and they automatically take like $25, $30 out of the account every 3 months. So, and they do that like forever, like in perpetuity. So, kind of scamming a little bit, but it's business. So I changed mine to every 6 months, and then I put a memo in my phone, like if I ever want to change it or cancel it, then. Gotta read the fine print, man. It's all about reading that fine print. Oh, fuck. I gotta go to the Sundowner tomorrow. You guys read about that? Talking on camera. Hey, you read about this thing? But no, at the Sundowner, legendary strip club in Niagara Falls. They're doing an outdoor patio with strippers. Here's the thing, right? We all love titties. You know what I love more than titties? Titties outside. Outdoor titties. Very primal. Probably the scent would be better, I'm assuming. There is a little bit of a problem as far as drive-bys, right? What if some guy just keeps driving by on the road, just look at these titties fucking getting Snapchats, I think it's cool, though. Like, if you're trying to, have a drink and have some chicken fingers and, you got some titties in your face outdoors, barring fruit flies, it's probably a lot better. It's probably a lot better atmosphere. So I'm going to check that out this weekend. Got a buddy's birthday tomorrow in Niagara Falls, so who knows how this night will transpire. Maybe I'll do a quick update pod on Monday, morning after pod. Maybe even Sunday. We get the boys together and do one. Maybe, no promises. We'll see. A lot of inconsistent friends, that's for sure. But I'm going to that Sundowner Patio, I'll tell you that much right now. I was at Long Point recently, too, this week to, hang out with my cousins and just, spend a day there. They got a nice cottage. And we did this game where, this is so stupid, but it was, fun at the time. We're drinking, carrying on, having a good time. And we did this game where we'd go up and down, kind of walk in the beach. And we wanted to see who could knock over the most sandcastles, right? So, kind of mean, kind of an asshole, but it's a fun, I wonder if we can pull it off, right? So my cousin Luke literally just falls over, takes down 5 of them, right? He's like, oh, sorry, huge C. I'm like, wow, that's brilliant. Then I'm knocking a few over, sneakily doing my thing. At the very end, right before we go back to the cottage, there was this kid who was still building them and had a couple over here going. So I literally just, when in doubt, just play dumb. Go with the dumb guy card. So I literally was just looking up, knocked over 4 of them. And the kid was upset about it. And I just kept walking. I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't see it, right? But then the dad just comes hauling over and just goes, really? He doesn't even say anything. He just goes, really? What a response to anything in life. Just go over when it's not going your way and you're pissed and just go, really? Really? I just knocked the sandcastle over. Like, oh, sorry, brother. I don't know. So I ended up winning. Anything for the win, man. You got to be competitive nowadays. But it was close. It was good. Really? Fuck, man. I got this neighbor next door. I got a pretty good neighbor, but she's got this brother that comes along, and he's from fucking, I think, Calgary or something. Some bum fuck city. No offense to Calgary, but he comes by, and he's this guy who's like, I don't know, probably 50s at this point, and he's like vastly obese. Like, he's not just like a thick kid like me. I'm talking, he's like legitimately probably 500 pounds, like at least, right? And he's short, he's old, drives some broken down truck. And you would think this guy is the fucking, most successful human being ever born. The guy shows up and he's always making noise and talking shit to people and just like yelling chirps and trying to be funny. And it's just like, huh? Dude, look in the mirror. Like, you're not even worth chirping. I just look at you and I feel bad for you. And it's just like he's trying to cover up his insecurities with humor. I know a guy like that. But it's like, this guy's 500 pounds talking shit, Look in the mirror. You're going to talk shit to me? Talk shit to Ronald McDonald after he cut your foot off for diabetes, goof. Guy bothers me, man. He has some fucking stupid name. Harry, Henry. Some fucking idiot name. Anybody with a name with an H as a guy, it's like, get a real name, man. Annoying guy. Another thing going on, we got a lot of current events today. We're going to do a lot of current events on this pod because there's a lot of just, hypocrisy going on in the world, cancel culture, all the good stuff. We're going to get into some movies. It's going to be a fun one. But once again, we got a Kanye West outburst. We got a nice Mr. West outburst. And here's the thing with that guy, right? Has he made bangers? No doubt. The guy's he has album after album after album of just unbelievable music, right? At this point, I would say probably around Life of Pablo when he dropped that. I think that was 2016, maybe 2017. Till now, just a psychopath. Just a legitimate crazy person. And I get, to do any sort of art or creativity, you need to be a little bit crazy. You need to be a little off because that's what, makes your brilliance. As Kanye said, creative genius. So you got to be a little off. But he surpassed that and just got like full crazy person asylum mode. And now that, and he's kind of spoke about him being bipolar and, he has some stuff going on mentally. I'm sure being married, and part of all the Kardashian clan is, not good for your mental health. But anyways, he's come out and pretty much said he's going, he's going to run for president, do all this, great and wonderful things and change the world. And it blows my mind how society, believes it. He even gives it any attention at all. I know I'm talking about it on the pod because it's, a big current event, but people are talking online like this is serious. They're like, oh, I wonder who his running mate's going to be. Maybe him and fucking Elon. And you're like, what? Dude, you got to fill out paper. You can't just show up and I'm going to be president today. And hey, in 2020, maybe you can. Maybe as a black man, you can just show up and go, hey, man, I want to be president. And they go, get it in there. I don't know, man. I don't know how the world works at this point. Maybe. But it's like people fall for a Kanye presidential run and a Conor McGregor retirement every 6 months. Every 6 months, it's, oh, Conor McGregor. It's like you cry wolf so many times that it's like, who's really believing this, But I guess people are bored and stuck at home. Or, outside and their kids' sandcastles are getting ran over. So they need something to talk about. But it's just like, I don't know how people buy this, The internet loves it, though. The internet absolutely loves it. Okay, we'll get right into it, man. We got a big pod today, so we're just gonna bang right into all these current events. Like my Cobra Kai shirt, Karate Kid, hey. But that's a great show too. If you haven't seen that, it's coming to Netflix. It's on YouTube right now. You can probably illegally stream it. Not that I do that, but Cobra Kai, great show if you're a Karate Kid fan. Anyways, there's a couple controversies we're gonna get into on the Who Cares 26 podcast with the great Jake Brennan. One of those is Shia LaBeouf. Brown face. Okay, so he's doing this role in a movie called Tax Collector where he's like a cholo gangster type character. And I think he's like a hitman, assassin. We don't really know. I watched the trailer. It was all right. And people, two guys on Twitter, two white ladies on Twitter are getting mad and claiming he's doing brown face. Because he's dressed and having, his hair and everything. He looks, kind of Mexican or whatever, right? And they're upset about that. In the movie, he's doing brownface. The director came out and goes, well, he's actually playing a white character who grew up in the ghetto, and then, he was around that, so that's kind of, how his life develops. And that's going to be the movie. So people won't even allow a movie to unfold, right? They won't even, see the movie, and then, let's say he was playing a Mexican character, and I believe he's Jewish, and see the movie and go, oh my God, that's fucked up. Why is this Jewish guy, playing a Mexican? That's weird. Totally. You have all the right in the world to get mad at that, do your thing, tweet about it, nerd. You haven't even seen the movie. The trailer just came out and you're already trying to shut it down. You're trying to ruin this. And it's I think the director even said, David Ayer, he did Training Day with Denzel Washington. He did Suicide Squad. He's done Fury, that Brad Pitt tank movie. He's done a lot of good stuff. And he came out and was like, no, that's the character, and watch the movie. And then someone's like, oh, you couldn't cast a brown lead, like a Mexican lead or whatever. And he goes, literally, Shia LaBeouf's the only white guy in the whole movie. The entire movie is Mexican people. What do you want from me? And we've hit a point in society now, I don't know what the boiling point of this is going to be, but it's where we literally are not allowed to enjoy anything. You're not allowed to do anything, so David Ayer is making a movie talking about Mexican lives and hiring Mexican actors. I think the writers are Mexican. And he's doing something for the community that I think is probably pretty good. Instead of focusing on that, people focus on, there's a white guy. Ooh, the big bad white man. Ooh. And they focus on the white guy in the movie and try to ruin it. Instead of going, hey, this is cool for the Mexican community. Hopefully it's a good movie. Shia LaBeouf's one of the best actors in the world right now, so shut the fuck up on that one and let the guy perform. And even Shia LaBeouf's commitment level, he's a crazy method actor guy. His character has a chest tattoo and a whole front piece of all, different gang affiliations and Catholic stuff, and he has a whole, very detailed front tattoo for the character. He didn't do a fake one. He got a real one. Hey, dude, if you're out there getting fucking full front tattoos, play whatever the fuck character you want. That's enough commitment for me, It's just never enough now. It's never enough in today's world. Another case, too, is with, I saw the most recent thing. It's Halle Berry pulls out of a role as a trans person. She was supposed to play a trans character, and, some people on Twitter or whatever got mad at her. So she didn't have the balls to stay with the role. But, how ridiculous is that? A trans person can decide to become a different gender, right? And go, I feel like I'm different inside. I want to be another gender. Or I am a different gender. I'm just born in the wrong body. Whatever the case may be. But then they get mad at somebody for pretending to be another gender. Seems a little hypocritical. Just a little bit hypocritical. It's and there's a matter of time until this happens too, where they go back and they go, hey man, Marlon Brando, he wasn't an Italian godfather. Gotta take the Oscar back. Tony Montana, Al Pacino, he's not a Cuban, coke trafficker. Gotta take it back. It's hey, it's called acting. Where is the outrage when Bryan Cranston plays somebody with cancer? Nobody gets mad about that. Hey, you guys know that Bryan Cranston doesn't have cancer, right? When he plays Walter White, knock on wood, he's a great actor. I hope the guy, never gets cancer. But he plays someone who has cancer. Do you have to cast somebody who is a cancer patient in order to play that role? And then what if they die in season 2? You just have to recast with a new cancer? How ridiculous does this get? Bryan Cranston also played a guy in, what was that movie called? It was a good movie. Fuck, what was it? He played a crippled paraplegic. The Upside with Kevin Hart. It was an unbelievable movie. And he played a paraplegic person. Well, news for you. He can walk. Patrick Stewart, Mr. Charles Xavier. Not crippled. He can walk, but he doesn't have superpowers of the brain. This gray line of just making stuff up and getting mad. And it's Halle Berry, great actress, still, all-time hot chick, still an absolute dime piece. She was great in John Wick 3. She's still just unbelievable. She's doing a movie for the trans community that's going to get a lot of eyeballs. A lot of people are going to watch because she's, a big name, a big movie star, a big draw. So people get to see the story of this character and maybe learn something. Maybe go, I didn't see that, how their lives are. Maybe, check something about themselves or get a growing moment from this. Instead, they bash her on the internet. So she has to go, hey man, I'm not, the juice isn't worth the squeeze here. If people are mad, I'm not going to play this role. back out from it, and now is the movie even gonna get made? Like people are so fucking dumb. They don't even understand, like, because they don't do anything themselves or make anything, or they're not a part of a business, or most of these people don't even work. They're just kind of on the internet mad all day. Like, to get a movie made, you need like a big name. That's usually what gets it made. You need, a great story, a big name, maybe a big director attached, to it for a studio to get behind it. So you remove an A-list movie star, and who's gonna play that role now? An unknown person? Will the movie get financing? Will it get made? Will it get distribution? Like, how does that? But nobody talks about that, right? Nobody wants to actually talk about how these things happen. They just want to get mad that, oh my God, can you believe Halle Berry, was going to play a trans person? Can you believe an actor was going to act a part? Yeah, I can. That's what it is. And she's, if we're being honest here, she's half right for the role. So what are we, if you're 50% right for something, I think you're probably right for it. You have a good chance. That's just, I'm not a numbers guy, but if you run that one by me, I think that's what it is. What about this? People are getting mad about this too. I forget what it was for, but I remember reading this or seeing it somewhere. When straight people play a gay role, right? What would make them happy though? Like, how gay would that straight actor have to be in order to be able to play the gay role, right? Like, let's just say, I'm throwing an example out here, right? I got a great part. I'm playing a gay guy though. Breakout role, I'm nominated for Oscars, all this stuff. I am a straight man as far as I know at 25, right? And also, I can't be, my dad's old school, so I don't even think I can be gay until he's dead. That's a side point though. But if I get this, Oscar leading role, breakout role as an actor, but I'm playing a gay guy, how gay do I have to be in order to not get in trouble, right? Like, one time I lost a bet, I kissed my buddy on the face real quick, nobody got a picture, it never happened, right? So, am I gay enough to play the part? Do you have to suck a cock? Do you have to receive, a wiener? How far do you need to go in order to be okay to play the part? Who has these answers, Who's even watching the Oscars, dude? Like, the Oscars worrying about inclusion. And there's not even movie theaters. Movie theaters are gone. You can't even see a movie. You watch it on Netflix or a streaming service. The movie theaters, ancient past, ancient history. There hasn't been a new movie out in, 4 months. We all want to see Tenet, but who knows when that movie comes out, I don't know. But if I have to, I'm trying to think how gay I'll go to win an Oscar, man. I don't think, I kissed my buddy on the lips real quick because we lost a bet. And the bet was at the NFL draft, and we were betting who the number one pick would be. It was the year recently where Cleveland Browns, they get the number one pick all the time, and they drafted Baker Mayfield. And I was like, no, they're obviously going to draft Sam Darnold. The guy's 6'4", thick, like he's going to be number one pick. You're not going to draft a fucking short little white guy. Cleveland Browns, they draft Baker Mayfield, small white guy. Boom, grabbed my buddy, got it done with. Nobody even saw it. Like, it was a lightning quick kiss. And that's, to this point in my life, the gayest I've gone. Sound off in the comments. Do you think is that gay enough to maybe win an Oscar? I don't know. Because I would play a gay role. If I was offered a gay role, I would play it. And I would do research, and I'd play it as well as I can. Could I play it as well as a gay guy? There's debate there. There's debate to maybe get a person of gayness to play that role. I don't know. But it's like, I don't know. Especially with the trans stuff, dude. It's like, I get these people. I don't know their story. I don't know their life. It seems hard. It seems like, a tough spot. I'm not here to bash or ridicule them by any means. But it's like, you want to be included in stuff, and you want your story or messages told, then you get mad how they're told or who does it. Where it's like, well, let's just get the movie made and hopefully it's a good movie. Because if it's a good movie, it kind of takes care of everything. Where if you just try to sabotage it, then you can't complain about your message like not getting out there, That's how I look at it. It's just like, I don't know. The whole identifying thing gets weird too when people are like, oh, I identify as, a small Asian man. You're like, Jake, you're 6'5", like it's great you identify as that, but you're a giant, It's like somebody with an absolute nub just goes, my cock identifies as porn. And you're like, what? You don't have a porn dick. What are you? I've seen it in the showers. What are you? Now, see, this is showing how gay I am, so maybe I can play the gay part. But it's like, you can just identify as things. Then you get probably racist people who go like, oh, not racist people, people who worry about race going like, oh, that's, racist. Like, what if there's I don't know, man. It's just a never-ending circle. What if you want to be an animal? What if you want to be a different gender? What if you want to be a different color, Like, what was that one chick who was pretty much doing blackface and was, like a leader of like the NAACP or something like that, and she was like a white girl, but she just like grew up with black people. I was like, no, I'm black. Is that I don't. Is that racist? I don't know. It's hard to keep up with, man. It's really hard, especially as a white guy out here in 2020. You know, public enemy number one. It's tough to keep up with all this. Do you guys see also another current event here? Johnny Depp, he's in court right now. This guy is going through it, man. I feel for Captain Jack. So he married that chick Amber Heard, right? Rocket. And she came out and said that, you know, he beat her and there was domestic violence and they fought a lot. It was a real Hollywood, you know, kind of nightmare marriage, right? And then Johnny was just really hurt by it and was like, no, none of that happened. You know, like he didn't really say anything. He just kind of like ghosted it. Turns out that he was the victim and she like cut his finger off and was like a complete crazy bitch, right? So now he's suing a newspaper who called him a woman beater or something. Like, obviously, you know, trying to sabotage his career. Now, if he was a woman beater or something like that, it's terrible, but he wasn't. He was the victim. But, you know, people obviously go, whatever the woman says, they're going to believe all women, right? So whatever the, you know, man did, he's got to be the bad guy. Even if in this case, he was a victim. So he's suing them. He's going to court. The judge is pretty much bringing in all of Johnny Depp's exes to, like, testify for him. Think about that one. So guys out there, excuse me, if you ever end up becoming Jack Sparrow, okay, and I don't know, and they're actually going to bat for him. Like his ex, I think Winona Ryder, there's one or two other ones, I can't remember the name right now. Some are famous actresses, some are just, you know, like normal people, but it's like, they're going to bat for him, going like, no, like Johnny's not like that. He's a good guy. Like you know, he's a really caring individual. How good was Jack Sparrow's dick game to get his ex-girlfriends to support him? Think about that, dude. Think about if all your ex-girlfriends had to be in court, would they defend you or would they be like, no, this guy's an asshole? Think about that. And this is years later. This is like 20, 30 years later. They're like, no, he's a good guy. How good of a guy and how good of a dick game does Jack Sparrow have? Captain Jack is laying down the pipe in the bedroom. If you're getting bitches coming from 20 years ago going, he's a fucking absolute porn dick. He's laying it down. He's a good guy. So, you know, there's some celebrity gossip for you on the Who Cares pod, but Johnny Depp. And think about that emotional thing, too. You have to see, I'm not sure if they're in the same room or not, but, like, you're probably going to see Amber Heard. So you're seeing your ex-wife. You're seeing all your exes every day because you're suing a magazine because they said you're a woman beater. Well, you're the victim. Like, this guy's going through it, man. So, send a couple prayers up for that guy. But he obviously laid it down properly, so he's got nothing to worry about. But just the strain of that as a human being is tough. I'm going to have another sip here. Feeling good, a little sweaty. It's 40 degrees outside. I got the AC cranked. ASMR, baby. Don't forget. So another big thing going on in the world of cancellation, the world of, you know, shutting everything down and just being miserable is the Washington Redskins, okay? And this has been going on for years. The name Redskins debatably is racist to some people, depending who you ask. And in 2020, it's just not acceptable. So I think FedEx, who sponsors the field where the Washington Redskins play on it, is pulling the sponsorship. The NFL website took down Washington Redskins merchandise. Different merchandisers are pulling like their clothing and all their stuff for the Redskins. So if they're pulling out, we're pulling out too, okay? Because this is going on for the Washington Redskins, Cleveland Indians, Chicago Blackhawks, Edmonton Eskimos, CFL team nobody knows about. So anything Indian related right now is getting shut the fuck down. You're getting canceled, okay? So I've came up with a solution here. We are going to rename each team pretty much based on penises, because then I think we satisfy everyone. It's not a race thing. It's not discriminatory in any way. It's including the LGBT plus community, and it's also funny. So we're going to go with this. We're starting it off, and they're all going to be dick names, okay? Washington, I think we just get rid of the skins, get rid of the red, just Washington Foreskins. Simple. Keep it simple. The logo could be awesome. Washington Foreskins. You know, there's going to be guys that are circumcised who might be upset about it, but mostly I think you're going to be in the clear. So Washington Foreskins. Boom. That one's checked. Chicago Blackhawks. Now, sometimes a joke writes itself, right? So, in the case of Chicago Blackhawks, what do you, the viewer, think that name would be, right? Think about it. Chicago Black, right? What would rhyme with that really well and fit perfectly? So, that could be a great logo also, and that's also getting a minority involved in hockey. So, it's a win-win there. So, Chicago Blackhawks winning. Next, we got Edmonton Eskimos. This one's a genius when I solved this. So Edmonton Eskimos are a CFL team, which I don't even know if the CFL is like, I don't even know if they have money. The government needs to bail them out, or otherwise the league's like done, because they like all their money is from Live Gate. So needless to say, Edmonton Eskimos. You change it to Edmonton Eskimo Brothers, right? Eskimo Brothers, just somebody has a mutual kilt. It's like fun. Now, if you want to be non-gender specific, you go Edmonton Eskimo Kisses, right? Because everybody can do the little Eskimo kiss, no harm done, no foul, Obviously do it with a consenting partner. You don't want to cross that line anyway, right? But if they fill out, a permission form, maybe you can give someone an Eskimo kiss and it's all good, no harm done. So those are my names. And then Cleveland Indians, I think you just change it to Cleveland Sucks, because they do. And I think people in Cleveland would even say that. There's a reason LeBron James left them twice. There's a reason those teams never win. There's a reason those people are... do people live there? I don't even know. I'm not sure. So I think Cleveland sucks. Just leave it as that, because Cleveland sucks by all accounts. I've never been there. Obviously Canadian guy. But from what I've seen and researched and kind of saw, Cleveland sucks, so just leave it as Cleveland sucks. And that's my solution to racist names in sports, because I will not stand for it, okay? I am a sports fan. I do not stand for racism. I want that to be very clear, okay? I will cancel every fucking league in the world if there's even 1% racism, okay? So you fucking change it immediately. Signing off right there. That's how you lay it down, baby. What else do we got? I'm sweating, man. I'm laying it down. Time do we got, Frankie? 26 minutes, 26. How much longer you guys want to go here? We'll do a little bit more. Got a little more to rip through here. Okay. So we got... we'll do this one. So Tandy Newton... she's an actress known for Westworld. She's been in a bunch of stuff. Really great actress. And she came out with this article in an interview about her nightmare story with Tom Cruise filming Mission Impossible 2. Okay, so you read the article. She's done a bunch of stuff. She's a great actress. And she's pretty much bitching about something that happened, I think, 18 years ago. So it's important. And she goes... I was so scared of Tom. Keep in mind, Tom is 5'1" on a good day with heels on. I was so scared of Tom. He was a very dominant individual. Well, one of the biggest movie stars on the planet, I would kind of assume that. He tries super hard to be a nice person, but the pressure, he takes a lot. And I think he has a sense that only he can do everything as best as it can be done. You think? You think a perfectionist who's still a movie star 30 years later has that feeling? Yeah. We filmed an entire scene with me being him because, believe me, I knew the lines by then. So I think it's like in the movies, they put a mask on and they play like the other people. We filmed an entire scene of me being him. Believe me, I knew the lines by then, and him playing me. And it was the most unhelpful. I can't think of anything less revealing. It just pushed me into a place of terror and insecurity. It was a real shame. And bless him, and I really do mean bless him, because he was trying the damnedest. So I guess he was off camera freaking out and getting frustrated because she wasn't doing a good enough impression of him. Which I can see as an actor, you're like, hey dude, like, I'm trying to do my best, right? Just leave me alone. Like, you getting mad doesn't help this. But also, you're on a set 15 hours a day. It's hot. There's a lot, a lot going on here, a lot riding on this. So naturally people are going to get frustrated. Newton called beloved director Jonathan Demme later that day to tell him about her experience on set. She described a moment as a nightmare. As I was describing it, it was clear that I thought I was the big fucking problem. And Jonathan was like, Thandie, shame on you for not backing yourself. He was really sweet. And then Tom called and said, oh, this is it, the apology. No, he was like, we're going to go reshoot next week. And I'm like, way brilliant. The next time we shot, I went in there and I just basically manifested all that because I realized what he wanted. He just wanted this alpha bitch in the scene. And I did as best as I could. It's not the best way to get... I did the best that I could, but it's not the best way to get work out of someone. And then she added later, she had the most extraordinary time making Mission Impossible 2. What's the point of that interview? Like, in other news, actors acting, people making stuff, disagreeing on how to get the job done. Like, and nowadays it's almost like an attack of like, let's attack Tom Cruise because, he was mean on set. Well, you said you did better on the reshoot because of all this, so it ended up working. But you just didn't like how it got there. Huh? What are we doing, Tandie Newton? I hope I'm saying her name right. Tandie Newton. I'm not sure how to say it. She's a great actress. But it's like, why come out and do this article in today's climate right now? And she's a black actress, and she's amazing. But it's like, why come out and do this? Oh, it was a nightmare to work with Tom Cruise, and at the end go, it was the most extraordinary time. Like, what? The whole article, you bashed him for him just wanting the movie to be good and wanting your performance to be great. Like, why is this necessary, It's where it's the same with, The Shining. People bitch on, because I think it was like some sort of anniversary came up on The Shining recently. It was the same thing. People are going after Stanley Kubrick because I guess he was a fucking absolute cunt to Shelley Duvall, I believe her name is. Yeah, Shelley Duvall, who played Wendy Torrance, the wife, and the legendary director Stanley Kubrick. He was like really fucking mean to her and just screamed at her and get her all fucking panicked on set because he wanted her to, perform that way in the film. 1980s, so yeah, 40th anniversary. And obviously that's super fucked up. You shouldn't treat people in a creative setting that way, for sure. At the same time, he is dead. This movie happened 40 years ago. His technique worked, and we all got a great movie. But people online, it's not worth it. If you have to do that to somebody, it's not worth the performance. That movie sucks anyways. It's like, okay, all right. So now, like, you just, and I think to be great at anything, you have to go into those dark waters, and sports and performance and anything. Like, it's not always feel good, everything's great. Sometimes you got to maybe get shit on or maybe feel, a way you don't want to feel in order to push your boundaries and do better, And nowadays, that's pretty much, like, unacceptable. Especially, like, everyone saw The Last Dance with Michael Jordan, how he treated his teammates, which was pretty funny, like calling them bitches and, just talking shit to them. It was actually pretty comical. And, he was like, yeah, like, if you can't handle me chirping in practice, I can't depend on you in a big moment. That would totally not work nowadays. Like, if Michael Jordan even said half those things, he would be homophobic, he would be, selfish, he would be a bully, people would record him and try to get him canceled. Like, his teammates would try to get, the leagues to suspend him. Like, I can't imagine how it'd be like nowadays. Because even, the late, great Kobe Bryant acted a little bit like that because he was trying to be like Mike, and he would, elbow people and, mess with his teammates. And people were already like, oh, I don't know if this is the way. Nowadays, oh my God, are you kidding me? Jimmy Butler calls his teammate a pussy, and it's like World War III. I think he yelled at Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns when he was with Minnesota that one year. He's just like, you guys are lazy, like, you're talented, but you're lazy, like, you're bums. I'm a nobody, and I worked hard, now I'm an all-star. You guys suck. And people are like, oh, what a horrible teammate. How can he act that way? It's like, what? Like, society is just so soft and cookie-cutter and just looking for any reason to complain. I don't have all the answers, but I think a lot of times in life, especially nowadays, everyone tries to make it an external thing. Like, it's all these external reasons, or all these people or these entities or these different groups are against me, which is why I can't, succeed in life. And sometimes you're right. Sometimes it's true. People are against you or things are against you. That's life is not always fair. But instead of always looking to externalize things and looking to blame people and come up with reasons, nobody wants to internalize stuff nowadays and go, what am I doing? Am I doing my best? Can I do better? Is there a way? Am I missing the boat here? Am I, maybe, fuck everybody now. A lot of people are fucking live to be the victim. But it's like, even if you are the victim and something bad happens to you, happens to everyone in different cases, extreme, less extreme. I saw Will Smith talking about this, but you have to be responsible for how you react to it, like your answer to it, He has a great video about responsibility versus something. I forget the name, but check that video out with Will Smith. Responsibility versus blame or something like that. It's a really good video. But it's like people are just so terrified to look inward and change anything about themselves. They want to change the whole world and get it to all match whatever they think it should be. But they're terrified to look in the mirror and change anything within. So with that deep level of philosophy, I'm going to leave you on the pod today. 34 minutes in. Who cares? 26? It's in the books. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the summer. Try not to get COVID and whatever if, it's a thing. Who knows anymore. And, love your neighbor even if he's an asshole. If you like what you just saw, give the video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, subscribe, DM me, shoot me an email, send me an e-transfer. Hook me up.